Hi everybody, this is Prof. Greg, and first of all I want to welcome you to the Capstone course. I hope you're excited about finishing this last part of your NDS journey. And I'm excited to have you in the class, and I'm looking forward to working together with you this semester. A couple things. I do usually try to post a video announcement like this every Thursday night, just to kind of recap what we've been doing in the course, and then to give you a look ahead to what module information is coming up. So usually I open modules every Friday before the course schedule date that's listed in your course schedule. So I open that a few days early in case you want to get a head start on the upcoming module. So we're in the middle of module 1. You know, it has a couple parts. There's a getting started portion that's optional, and then part 1 is where we've introduced ourselves and taken the syllabus quiz, which are standard procedures for online courses. Thank you for your introductions, and it's good to see all of you here. Part 2 is also open at this time, and it's talking about service learning. We're kind of learning more about what that is and taking a quiz on that, and just getting our heads around what we'll be doing, hopefully, for our own service learning assignment in this course. So just a little bit about the organization of the course in general. We have 7 modules over 7 weeks. Each module has 2 parts generally. And so what I've done is put some guidelines in the course schedule about how you should go about making your way through the information for the whole module. Both parts will be open at the same time. But part 1, I'm expecting you, if there are any discussion board posts, to post on those by Tuesday so that there's time to discuss that topic before we move to discussion boards in part 2, which I am asking you to submit your initial post by Thursday of the module week for discussion board part 2 post. It doesn't mean you can't post on that earlier, but by all means have your initial post done by Thursday for part 2 and by Tuesday for part 1. That way we can kind of keep track of both those discussions and keep them going while we do the rest of the work. Any other quizzes or assignments that you upload into Blackboard are due on the final Sunday of the module. So you have the whole week to work on any assignment other than discussion boards that opens on the Friday before. So with that in mind, module 2 opens tomorrow. We're going to be talking a little bit about critical thinking, but specifically how that applies to your service learning, how you might use critical thinking in the service learning that you'll be doing or that you want to do. And then another important assignment in that module, module 2 part 1, is the service learning confirmation assignment. And in that assignment, I'll ask you to either tell me that you're doing your service learning through OrgSync, which is the Boise State resource for service learning in nonprofit organizations that need students to help them. Or if you're doing something outside of that, you need to fill out the student-initiated service learning form, which you can find either on the Boise State Service Learning site or in our course in the Service Learning folder in Course Resources. So that needs to be filled out and submitted to the assignment in Module 2 Part 1. Or you need to just notate that you're using, or you and your organization are using OrgSync to keep track of your hours, and you used OrgSync to find the organization you're working with. In Part 2 of Module 2, we'll be talking about research methods, but that's more of a discussion that we're going to have about best practices. What have you found that's worked well for you? What websites or other tools have you been using in your upper division course to find the best resources for your academic papers? Hopefully that will help everyone in the class as they kind of remember what they've used in the past and get ready to use that again for the research that you need to do for your service learning assignment. Please remember the capstone assignment can be either a project, which is something that you create for the service learning organization you're working with, something that takes about 15 hours hopefully to come up with or to design and create, and then something hopefully that can be implemented by the nonprofit you're working with that would help them do their job better. Students in the past have created websites for organizations, created brochures to get the word out. They've redesigned administrative structures. They've done primary research in the clients that the nonprofit works with. There's been a lot of different ways that they've done projects to help out the organization they're working with. If you choose not to do a project, you could also find an academic topic that's related to the mission of the nonprofit you're working with that you could research and then present them with some findings or best practices that would also help them do their job better, but may not necessarily be implemented by them. Just kind of, it would be more of direction that they need to head, or some better ways of doing things than they're doing based on the research you found. Either way, you're going to need to do some library research, and so that's where this research methods section comes in. Also, another important assignment that's due in Module 2, Part 2 is the capstone assignment timeline. And that basically, whether you're doing a paper or a project, it just kind of helps you think through the process of where you want to be at different parts of the semester. This is a very helpful document, especially in a short course like this summer where we only have 7 weeks. Remember, you do need to get 15 hours of time logged for your nonprofit, as well as complete the project or the paper that you'll be working on for them. So it's a very compacted schedule, and so this timeline really helps you set some goals and some things you can check off to make sure that you stay on track with your, not only the hours you want to put in, but where you want to be with your project or with the research of your research topic paper at different points in the semester. So that's coming up as well, so be thinking about that. If you have any questions about any of those things, please contact me. Usually email is the best way, but you can also give me a call and leave a message, or sometimes if I see you are calling, I'll be able to answer. I don't always get that quickly back to you on the phone, but email is a good way. And you can also post questions on the course discussion board for if you feel like that there's a question that other students may also benefit from hearing the answer to. So look forward, as I said, to working with you. Thank you for the work you've done so far, and hopefully we'll have a great summer together. I know it's going to be a real fast one, but hopefully we can get everything working smoothly and get you graduated by the end of this semester. So if you have any questions, as I said, please contact me. And if I don't hear from you, I'll definitely see you online. Thanks.